Welcome back to the Talking Hedge. I'm Josh Kincaid, Capital Markets Analyst and host of your Cannabis Business Podcast. Today, we're going to look at U.S. cities that are most interested in cannabis, followed by Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Green Wednesday sales, as well as what are people in Europe doing. On the line with us is Dan Kimmis of Good CBD Products.
What are people in Europe doing, Chronic? I want to know.
You have to stay tuned and find out. Looking at this Yahoo Finance article, there's some information about who is looking at cannabis. And so there's a nice little graph here. You can kind of click on it. It says like Seattle, Washington has a score of 56 out of 100. And so not as many people as, say, Spokane with a score of 71. Eureka, California is probably number 1 out of 100 for this score. And so just kind of looking down the line, there's Eureka, California, Medford, Oregon, Sherman, Texas, Cadillac, Michigan, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Oklahoma City, Bangor, Maine, Montrose, Colorado, Chico and Redding, California, and then Eugene, Oregon. With the exception of Oklahoma, it's pretty much Oregon and California. Michigan just went legal or regulated, so that's on the list.
For all of the distress, if you're a consumer, it is a magical time. And that collision of those realities, I just find a fascinating story.
The number of licenses in Oklahoma are very comparable to Oregon at around 7,500. California right now has 1/10 of that amount. And so there's probably plenty of people looking for drop shipping, transport licenses, delivery services, a lot of things that aren't available even. And in Washington, 5-6 years down the road, we still aren't allowed to collect dirt. So recycling programs still aren't legal, which leaves a lot of opportunity, a lot of people researching things. Last year, the number one researched key term for Google was CBD gummies specifically. And so now we're starting to see that some states are looking to see how they might be able to either take advantage of business opportunities or at least look for, ailments looking for remedies to ailments that they have, whether that's CBD, THC combination or otherwise. And we can see that in sales. So this chart from cannabis sales increasing Wednesday, called Green Wednesday, 2018 over 2019. There's a 159% increase last year with extracts, 101% increase in flowers. So that's, again, 2018 Black Friday product category sales versus the average day. So the average day had 159% increase in extracts, 101 on flower, 71% increase in edibles, 64% on pre-rolls, 26% on vape, and negative 27% tincture. We reported on the podcast that remedies for ailments are a daily purchase, whereas the celebratory discount deals will show with extracts and pre-rolls. And so this holiday is a mainstream holiday, which is very different than the 420 holiday.
Funny on the ground yesterday, talking to a small store, right, where they literally run the manager / bud tender most of the day, and then the auxiliary bud tender at night, and how close to the margin they are in terms of profitability versus not, and how in the end, things like, one more day where sales are up actually counts. It counts. It's like, we sold extra that day. That's important to these businesses that are in the fringe.
It's going to become even more important as well, with pre-rolls being one of the number one brands sold. Just in the news today, Willie Nelson is no longer smoking cannabis. It's due to his lungs. He smoked bark, like tree bark, I guess, as a kid, and then he went to tobacco, and then he went to cannabis. And he just said with singing, it's too difficult for his lungs, so he quit. We just mentioned yesterday on the podcast that neither one of us are influenced by anyone else, especially singers and brands. They've shown statistically that there's no influence yet in the cannabis market. So I'm curious to see how that affects, Willie Nelson's brand overall. If he's not even able to partake, might have a decrease in sales. We'll have to see.
Who would actually influence me? And I came up with a couple of people. You're one of them.
Why?
Well, because I trust you and believe in you. So the whole thing, if you told me, yeah, smoke this, it's better, I would. But Willie Nelson or, Larry, whoever, no, probably not. Cindy, the other, no, probably not. No. So again, I think it comes down, it's like we're in post-influencer age, right? Where it's like, no, your actual homie. That's who you trust.
Yeah, I think people look to social media, look to their friends for recommendations. They don't really believe branding and advertising anymore. And very few companies that I know of in Washington State advertise. They don't, quote unquote, waste the money to advertise. It's for brand recognition, not for sales. They understand that. And they're trying different methods to try and get that market share without having to allocate funds towards something that they don't really see as a result on return on investment. But in terms of the products that are sold by these companies, Willie Nelson included, cannabis-infused beverages showed the greatest increase, climbing 101% on Green Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. Edibles showed an increase of 85%, whereas extracts, concentrates, those markets increased 159% versus the average day, followed by flower at 101%. And so they're seeing that through 2018, Black Friday increased by more than half of overall, but 420 sales were 89% higher than Black Friday. So regular traditional holidays are still less than cannabis holidays in terms of sales.
Sure. Still, you're going to go hang out with your mother-in-law? You might want to stop by the weed store.
They say that all of these are very social. Thanksgiving, New Year's, Christmas, 4th of July, those are the highest holiday sales, but still pale by comparison. It's only 5% more on Wednesday versus the average Wednesday, and so definitely people are going in there getting their edibles to deal with in-laws or whatever. But 420 is much, much bigger. Citing reasons among Europeans for CBD consumers, 40% is for pain management. Again, looking back to Green Wednesdays, tinctures dropping 27% because that's a daily purchase. You're not going to run out and do that necessarily just because of discounts. You're going to need that regardless. And so you're not going to see as much in the US for tinctures and topicals for a celebration holiday where it's just, everyday remedy. So you're going to see that in pain management at 40% in the European market. Overall, 14% of Europeans surveyed consumed CBD in the previous 6 months, and 34% of CBD consumers first used it in the previous 3 months. So behind pain management is relaxation, all the reasons people kind of go towards vices.
I was driving down the road this morning and I saw a neat thing that said, don't know what to give your pet? Why not give them some CBD, right? I don't know. The jury's out, Chronic. I believe. Personally, I believe, but I don't know. What do you think?
I think people should look for better ways of alleviating relaxation or stress, anxiety, and relaxation. CBD is duct tape. Yes, if your dog is having a bad day with fireworks, whether that's 4th of July, New Year's, CBD is perfect for that. And if you're having a really stressful day after eating healthy and going to the gym in the morning, then use CBD. But I don't think you should go to CBD first, right? Your body is a temple. So look at the inflammation you're putting in it. Are you putting in things that your body shouldn't have? Everyone's different, but maybe it's wheat for you. Maybe it's dairy. Maybe it's sugar. Maybe it's alcohol. Maybe it's caffeine. All of those things typically will create some kind of distortion within the body, being 85% water, all of the 5G, all of these, the energy is affecting you. And your body's a temple. So you're consuming garbage and then you're wondering why you're freaking out. It could be endocannabinoid deficiency. You should be giving yourself more CBD. But I don't think you should go to that first. I think you need to wake up earlier. You should go for a walk. You should exercise, clear your mind, and eat right. And then after that, fulfill that endocannabinoid system with things that it needs, like CBD and THC.
I'm one beer away from hitting your whole damn list this morning.
Attaboy. 1/5 of people in Europe take CBD to increase overall wellness. I like that as we look for an active cannabis lifestyle. We're going to do a panel later on this month as we kind of look to January when everyone joins the gym. I typically go to the gym in the summertime about 3 days a week, every other day. Whereas in the winter, I'm not able to do as much outdoor activity. And so I go 5-6 days a week. And you can definitely see that trend when people hit the gym at the beginning of the year and they have their New Year's resolution. I think we'll start to see cannabis and CBD specifically get into people's routines for a healthier alternative lifestyle, active cannabis lifestyle. And maybe it'll just be a trend, just like the gym is for the first 60, 90 days of the year. 17% improved sleep quality, and maybe a CBD pillow will help with that too. That's available right now for the holiday season. If you want to buy a CBD pillow or maybe some CBD active wear, get yourself some CBD yoga pants. Leave some notes in the comments section. Let me know whatever other ridiculous products you've seen that's worthy of commenting on. Let me know what you've seen out there. With that, we're going to roll this one up. I'm Josh Kincaid. This is the Talking Hedge. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or don't, and I'm out. By the way, if you enjoy the content, please show your support with the cushy gesture of $4.20 a month on the Talking Hedges Patreon page. This will kind of help you spread the word. I've been asked to speak all over the world, from Toronto and Colombia, Spain, Miami, all over, Tokyo. But your support's important to me. I haven't monetized the podcast. I want to be as authentic and transparent as possible. I want to avoid conflicts of interest or even the perception of paid opinions. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or pay me on the Talking Hedges Patreon page, or don't, and I'm out.